think so. Go ahead. Call the meeting to order at 6:30. Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Lynette has something that she'd like to say.
Before we begin tonight, I just would like to acknowledge the horrific event that happened last night in the Drifter School community. Our students, staff members, and community as a whole are dealing with immeasurable grief with the loss of junior Landon DeLeese and serious injury of senior Richard Jennings. Today, we mobilized our crisis response team to help support those in need, understanding that individuals process tragic events in different ways and at different times. We will continue to offer services to anyone wishing to take advantage of them in the coming days and weeks. The Taconic Hill Central School District continues to show just how strong we can come together in the time of need to support one another. I would like to have a moment of silence so we keep Landon and Richard in our thoughts, as well as their family members, friends, and relatives before we continue on this evening. So a moment of silence, please. Thank you.
Thank you. Public forum. Chris Costa. Hey, Chris.
Hi, I just wanted to thank everybody that came to the fundraiser on the weekend. It was very good. It went well. And the next fundraiser is going to be soy candles we're selling. I'll do it, okay. Alexis's mother is making them, so hopefully
nice.
we'll have them, all done and ready to go by Christmas for people, so that'll be out next. And I just want to say about what went on the past 2 days, yesterday and today. Lynette and everybody who was involved did an awesome job keeping the public and the staff informed around here, and that was really terrific. And also, when there's confidential matters, I've never seen it before, they stay confidential here, and that's awesome too. So everybody, this new administration, I haven't heard one complaint from my people. Everything's doing great. Thank you.
Thanks, Chris. Michael Malinsky.
Good evening, everybody. Good to see you all again. I'd like to bring to the board's attention my proposal to change the AV Club to a media technology program. I just have a few notes here. So this program is to introduce young students to skills-based technology in audio and video production while providing valuable media content for our school district, their parents, and also provide valuable job skills. The media technology program is intended to meet twice a week after school, at least 2 hours, and create a safe learning environment where participants can work on projects at their leisure. The challenges addressed by this program, one, digital literacy. In an increasing digital world, many students lack hands-on experience with audio-video equipment, and this program addresses the need for digital literacy skills and technical skills. Access to costly equipment. We would like to provide students with access to high-end AV equipment that is typically cost prohibitive for most families. This accessibility levels the playing field and ensures that students from all socioeconomic backgrounds have the opportunity to work with state-of-the-art technology. These empower students to gain hands-on experience with equipment that is in high demand in today's job market, thereby opening doors to a wider range of career opportunities. As media-related careers grow, students will benefit from that early exposure and skill development. We will also tackle creative problem solving, also known as troubleshooting. Did you turn it off and turn it back on? Do you unplug and plug it back in to a more higher extent? These kids will also get communication skills. They're going to improve their universal communication skills that are vital in any career. They're gonna experience teamwork and
Michael, I just
collaboration.
want to just remind you, you just have 3 minutes. So
Oh, just 3 minutes. Great.
That's the public session. Everyone gets 3 minutes.
I'll write my name down 3 times.
No.
No, I can't, okay. Okay, so I'm gonna move on to, is this an existing program? Well, it did start as the AV club that I ran from February to June, just in 2023. And this successful program went from 1 student to 4, or to 20 in just 4 weeks. And the expected outcomes of this program is to have the students create a digital library of content for this district that'll be available to the public in perpetuity. These include, but not limited to, recording of sporting events, music and drama performances, award ceremonies, and assemblies. And this school library can work in tandem with the sports program by having a library of footage from sporting events that student athletes can use when they create a college admission reel. Because even in my own business, movie photography, I get a lot of parents actually just reaching out, hey, can you film my son or daughter doing this sport and create a highlight reel for, whatever. And if we have this program in the school, everybody wins with that. And I'm going to skip right to similar programs. Hudson City School District has had some video being a local independent contractor. In 2019, Hudson approved a contract for around $30,000 to fund their multimedia content, which only included 9 30-second clips, 12 8-minute segments for the whole school year. Just for inflation, that contract's worth about $35,000 today. Just last year, our small club created a YouTube channel with 12 public videos with 7 school performances, 2 public announcements, 1 dance, and 1 sports fundraiser. My ask is that the board and school set aside $35,000 to create this media technology program. And the amounts I have budget split up with
All right.
equipment and
Your 3 minutes.
stuff.
So
So,
my first question is, I mean, you know that I'm a fan, right? You
Yeah.
know that, right? I know that you engage our students. It's wonderful that you're doing that. My question to you is, have you talked to the principal about what you just gave us?
no,
That's who you need to address is because we do have a chain of command here. We also have policies, we have procedures that need to be followed in order to, do what you're talking about. That's not for the board to, I mean, we are the overall,
Right.
so
so
people that say yes or no, but there needs to be some groundwork laid before any of that comes to us. So what I'm asking you is to please contact the principal and have that conversation and present that to her.
absolutely. So my last question is, if any independent contractor for any resource always has to go to a principal before coming to a public?
They go to the proper person, depending on who that person is. So if it's somebody that has to do with our buildings and grounds, they would talk to Nick. If it's, what you're talking about is curriculum, correct? So that would be our principal.
Okay.
Okay.
So Mike, there's a page, if you go to the school website and put in chain of command, there's a page that has a whole chart that'll say like which thing you want to
Yeah.
do, and then there's an order of people you go to. So that-
Wonderful. I'm
So
glad I
thank
gave you
you.
guys a heads up.
Yeah.
Okay,
no,
no,
I'm happy to get to this station.
Sounds great, Mike.
It sounds really great.
Wonderful.
Next up is Lisa Reese.
So, hi, everyone. I just wanted to take a moment to thank you. Today is Sport Appreciation Month. We, at Conecuh Faculty Association decided to give you that little book because we want you to know that we understand this, you're not in it for the money. You guys are.
No.
It is a volunteer position and we know how hard you work and we do appreciate you very much. So thank you for all that you do for our school and our students and our association. I would also like to mirror what Chris Costa said with respect to how yesterday and today's situation was handled. It did send a rippling effect, as you can all imagine, through our building, and Superintendent Brunger and whoever supported you, Conecuh Faculty Association truly appreciates the concern, the empathy, the compassion, and the communication that was involved in the last day. We felt supported in a rough time like this. we felt that there was somebody that was there looking out for everyone, caring about everyone, and just keeping us all together. So we truly appreciate all your effort. I know it wasn't easy. And my prayers personally go out to the families. I'm sure everyone else. Thank you.
Thanks, Lisa. And thank you for the gift. Laura. Hi, Laura.
Hi. In case I get emotional, I just want you to know these tears are not to be looked at as as a weakness, but actually my strength and just being vulnerable in front of all of you guys. So I wanted to take the time to just say what an amazing school community we have. When I was a teenager, I lost my dad in a horrible car accident, and I felt very isolated, alone, and depressed. It took special teachers in my life to help bring me out of that, and school became my safe place, which is why I'm in this profession. Last night, terrible news was shared with me when I was actually holding my daughter in my arms. And within hours, this faculty, staff, and students began bonding together to support one another. Throughout the day today, structures were put in place that no one would ever feel like I did. No one felt isolated or alone. They bonded together. Our community really did. I went to the after-school event, and Lisa Reese shared with me that a student had come up to her and stated, "It's so sad that it took something so tragic to bring all of us together." And Lisa really had a good response, and I'm kind of summarizing a little bit, but she said, "We were already together. Now you just see. Now you just see that we've always been here." And I thought it was just a beautiful response. And so, being the new administrator here, I just want to say I'm really happy to be part of this community because it really is a profound one. And sometimes we don't get to.
Thanks, Laura.
Thank you.
Got me like, tear jerking now. Okay, let me see if I can see my paper. Oh, goodness. So I need a motion to go into executive session. Molly, second, Ron. All in favor? Sorry, we have to excuse you for a little while. Hopefully it won't be long. Apologize. help it. We're waiting for Alicia, she wants to back, so I told her I'd wait. I don't need them, well, I don't know. Use it to burn stuff with. Start my fire in my house.
What are you gonna do that?
Yeah, that's where they're at. Oh, Alicia went to the bathroom.
Like.
I'm sorry. I don't want to start without her.
Are you in a hurry? I just took about 5. I didn't have any. You know, somebody said, hey, can you share at 4:30? And I was like, okay.
He ate some Doritos, don't let him fool
Yeah,
you.
there's chip cracks.
Don't let him fool you, eat some Doritos. Okay, let's start with the meeting again. All right, I need a motion for the acceptance of the agenda. Motion, please. Heidi, second, Kevin. Any questions? All in favor? Okay. Need a motion for the acceptance of the consensus agenda. Motion? Margaret, second, Molly? Any questions? All in favor? All right, the presentation got scratched. We're gonna do that at our special meeting on next Tuesday. That's when that will happen. We have the superintendent report.
Okay, well, just two quick things. I know everyone's really tired. I just wanted to give an update. I met with Ashley and Nick this week, and there was a purchase order issued for zero emission buses in mid-August. The money was dispersed on August 23rd. The buses have been ordered, and we're working to coordinate accepting delivery of them. And the infrastructure portion of the project was submitted to SED offices and approved on August 3rd. The project recently went out to bid, and we received 7 bids from electrical contractors. And I know that Nick was working this week with engineers to determine equipment lead times and the construction schedule. And I believe you might have an update to add to that real quickly.
So we're still working on lead times and construction schedule. We were looking towards November to get it on the agenda, but we were able to vet all of the contractors, so you'll see it on your agenda tonight.
Are they local, Nick, with those companies?
Waterville, or Gallo Construction's out of Waterville. They've done work for us before. Stilsing, we haven't worked with them before, but they are out of Rensselaer.
Okay.
And the other thing I just had quickly tonight is that we do want to honor all of you for School Board Recognition Week and thank you for what you do. To be here, I knew from the moment I met all of you the first time, this was a special place and a special board. I did ask our faculty and staff to provide a word and make a word cloud of words that they would use to say that they appreciated you and thank you for what you do. So we did have 69 responses to that, which was wonderful.
That's
Can you
cool.
say all the
And-
words or maybe Yeah, some? I know, I
You will
just
see all the
said-
words
Kind
that
of
look like
dangerous.
this, and the ones that people typed in more often than others are the bigger ones. So we have that to present to each of you, a certificate and our little word wall thing that is from
That's
all of
cool.
the faculty and staff here. So I was trying to put these in order. We'll see what I can do. So, Kevin, thank you.
Thank you.
Bonnie, thank you.
Thank you.
Is there a check there too for?
$1 million.
Yeah.
There's not one stash in here. right?
This is cool. I really like this. Yeah, of course.
Well, listen, that's what I'm gonna tell myself, so.
You tell yourself. Thank you.
That's all I have.
And that's your report?
That's
Okay.
my report.
We have the Board of Education member activity report. Anybody got anything? I know you do.
You know, but we can let everybody else go.
I know. Anybody else?
We're bowling.
Bowling?
Bowling, it was great.
That was gonna be one of mine too. We went bowling with the support staff to support their fundraiser. They fundraise to give scholarships out. No, only me and Joe and Margaret went. Margaret brought her whole family. It was fun. Yeah, it was a great time. I had fun.
I wasn't
Oh,
ready
right
for
there
it
in
compared to what we scored.
I'm horrible at bowler.
He's up. I mean, he's throwing up. Might as well just tell us who's bowling.
What did I bowl? I bowled
You got an 88.
98. I didn't even make 100.
One game?
One game. The other game I had to leave and Chris, actually, what I ended up with, Chris, he
You gotta
bowled my
strike
second game
before you run.
halfway through, what I ended up with.
No, I got a straight on one and then.
Did you get over 100?
I don't think so.
Anyway, it was a good time. It was fun. Anybody else or anything? Go ahead. I'll go last.
I didn't get to go bowling. But we've been, I'll just give you a quick update on the legislative committee. In the last meeting, we talked about two initiatives that we were looking at. In-house daycare for staff members and something to do with affordable housing. We weren't sure what that would look like. But we have taken a survey of staff. Doug took a survey of staff, and in a few hours, he had an interest for like 17 children who could be in daycare. That's pretty substantial. And, you know, so I think we're heading in the right direction. We have met with the Columbia Economic Development Council. We've met with the County Committee on Preschool Education. We've met with folks from Columbia Green who are all right now currently working to help us figure this out, to find out what we can do, what we can't do. There may be some legal issues involved. We don't know exactly what they are, but we're working to find out. And we have a meeting actually tomorrow morning with a daycare provider. So we're trying to cover all the bases to see what we need to do this. Everything's preliminary and conceptual, if you will. So there's nothing that, you know, we would bring to the board for the board to decide at this point. When there's some hard fact to act on, certainly is going to be a board decision how we move forward. But we're kind of doing the legwork for you and working on that. The housing piece is also working with the Columbia Economic Development Council and their housing authority. There's a couple of thoughts going around, and we're kicking ideas around to see what we can do to help to recruit and retain some staff. So that's what our focus is. We're very lucky that our busing contractor, Mike Johnston, sits on the Economic Development Council board, and he has really been the one who's made those contacts for us to get together with the movers and shakers who can make this happen. So we're appreciative of that, and we're going to keep on going.
I just wanted to add to our legislative committee. We did have a staff member that was interested in being on our legislative committee, and it's Jessica Miller. And I didn't know this about her, but she had said that she used to be the director of the Columbia Green Daycare. So she will be a perfect source of information. So that's great that she decided to join us. The only other thing, the two things that Joe and Rick mentioned, I was there for, but I also went to a modified field hockey game and took pictures there. My daughter played field hockey, so I've missed the sport immensely. So it was really great watching them play. A modified's a little rough because the whistle blows all the time. It's like, oh, please stop with the whistle. But they have to learn, right? There's a modified field hockey game. If anyone's interested tomorrow, I'm going to go there tomorrow and take some pictures for the modified team as well. I think it starts at 4:30, I think they said. And then I'll be here for the legislative meeting on 5:30.
Don't be late.
I won't. It's only going to be right over there. All right. Anybody got anything else?
Bonnie, do this now.
You can do that now.
So I did the proposed resolutions for NISBA Monday afternoon. It started at around 4. I got done at 11:50 p.m. resolutions for them to lobby for the districts in the state, and it was pretty interesting and very heated with people talking about their passions. I gave a copy of my notes to all the board members and the superintendent. And I noticed one thing that was odd, that there was many things that they didn't, they have ones they recommended, and then they have ones they didn't recommend. There was many of them that I felt should have been recommended, and then I looked at them geographically. I'm just wondering if they weren't there because of where it's geographically done, and who had interests that were on the resolution committee. I'm gonna do some research to see who was on the resolution committee and where they were geographically, saying people down here can't have this, but everybody was over here for the resolution committee. And a lot of the ones that were recommended, about a half a dozen passed. And NISBA didn't recommend them. But I think NISBA didn't want their name on it in the state eye that do this. So people of the association passed it, but NISBA didn't recommend it. So then they don't have her on their back. But outside of that, this was the best.
Joe, you did such a great job.
This was the
Yeah,
best
you
one I
really
ever
did.
did, and I'm not a proponent of Zoom, but this is the first meeting that went all the way to the end. Because when we do it in person and it's far away, people have flights, trains to catch, buses to catch. So they leave the meeting, as it goes below 200, the meeting's over. And we've never gotten through all the propositions in all the years, pretty much. And this one went right to the end, all 56, 59 of them, and 35 were approved.
You did a great job. I do have a question though, just because I'm gonna go look at these later, and match them up to our thing. So the ones that say N, these are the ones that were recommended but got voted down, correct?
If it has an F, it failed.
Well, these have Ns. So you have Ns on this page and then you have Fs on the second page. So the ones on the second page were the ones that were not recommended.
Hold on 1 second, hold on.
I think it's yes and no. 'cause it's
Yeah.
got a
I
one.
started out with the no's, and then I realized it's just yes and no. The yeses were on this side, the no's were on this side with percentages.
Okay,
The
Gotcha.
percentages speak for themselves.
yeah,
The only ones that failed are the ones that put the F in.
okay, gotcha. All right, thank you. So I'll probably go through them in my spirit.
Yeah, and the slow to train down. I explained to you the slow to train.
Okay, so let's see. All right, so there's no old business at this time. The new businesses, we have the memorandum of agreement with the superintendent of schools. This was for the COVID bonus that we give all of our other employees. Can I have a motion, please? Kevin, second. Joe? Any questions? All in favor? Thank you. So this is a memorandum of agreement with all of the bargaining units, and this refers to the use of the gym, right? Is that what that says? Fitness center. Motion, please. Molly, second. Margaret? Any questions? All in favor? And we have the memorandum of agreement with the Faculty Association for Gina Howard, amending the step placement for her. Can I have a motion, please? Margaret, second. Kevin? Any questions? All in favor? We have the petty cash fund, the school store for $100. Can I have a motion, please? Margaret, second. Rick? Any questions? All in favor? Okay, so for this one, because we amended this before, the public version's a little different, so I'm gonna read this, and it needs to be added to the minutes. So be it resolved that the superintendent of school recommends to the Board of Education to appoint Barbara Floughton and Paula Knoll as substitutes for the Director of Pupil Personnel Services as the CSE/504 chairperson for this district as needed, subject to an agreement with the Taconic Hills Faculty Association. Motion, please. Ron, second. Heidi. Any questions? All in favor? Okay. We have the homeless liaison, which will be our assistant superintendent for curriculum. Can I have a motion, please? Heidi, second. Joe? Any questions? Oh, you were getting ahead of you. You're hungry. All in favor? We have the ski club, approval of the Penfield Ski Club for the school year. Motion, please. Molly, second. Ron, any questions? All in favor? So now, these are the bids. We have bid for Chevrolet Silverado. Can I have a motion, please? Rick, second. Kevin, any questions?
I have a question. Does that mean we're buying that?
Yeah, I asked the question too before, so I had just said, are we replacing something? And I think Alexis had answered, but is that what, this is something that plows and things like that, right?
It's gonna be a plow truck, yes. We have an old Suburban that's gonna be retired.
Okay. Great, thank you.
All in favor? Thank you. The legal counsel agreement, can I have a motion for that, please? Motion, Rick, second, Joe, any questions? All in favor? Thank you. So for the policies, we have the first read, 0101 and 8413. So 0101 was a required policy that we didn't have, so we needed to get that in there. We have quite a few that we need to work on, but we're trying to get them done every meeting. So this one just really is us changing our signs on our single occupancy bathrooms. So that's really pretty much all it is. And then the transportation for the non-public school students. So these are the first reads for these. If anyone has any questions or, sees a problem, reach out to anyone on the policy committee and we'll get them adjusted before the next meeting. But now we do have a second read, so I need a motion for the policy 1740, relationships with non-public schools, and 2210, board organizational meeting. A motion, please. Margaret, second. Molly? Any questions? All in favor? Thank you. Okay, so this is what we were talking about for the contractors for the electric. So can I lump both K and L together?
They're two different projects.
Okay, all right, that's okay. So K, I need a motion for the Stills, how do you say it, Nick? Stilsing Electric. Can I have a motion, please? Margaret, second. Alicia? Any questions? Yeah.
These guys are putting chargers in.
Yes, they're gonna do the conduit and the wiring, and ultimately they're going to install the charger.
Well, the warranty on their work, I don't want to end up like the floor. If the chargers go in and the warranty is 2 years and we get the buses in a year, we lose a year on the warranty of the chargers. So is the warranty on the charger going to coincide when the buses get plugged in or when they're done? Because we could end up with less warranty and we never use the chargers to begin with.
When is the work supposed to start, Nick?
So it's gonna come down to equipment lead times. What we're trying to do is coordinate it so that when the charging infrastructure is completed and the chargers are installed, then we also receive the buses at approximately the same time. Warranties on construction projects typically start at substantial completion. So when the job is substantially complete, they'll give us a certificate, and then that's when the warranty would start. So we're doing the best we can to make it so that the buses and the charging infrastructure get here at the same time.
And do we know when the buses will be here? Do you know, Bobby Joe, or?
So, last I was told, they are expected to actually reach, Matthews in the early spring. They will hold them for us, until we can take delivery of them when our infrastructure is complete.
Okay.
And then I asked this before, but I don't know if Nick was here that night. Are we also looking to get charging stations for teachers and faculty and staff driving in, or is this just for buses?
We've looked at this through different avenues, but so in this project, no, this is just for buses. But we are looking at on the side as well.
Okay.
Any other questions? All in favor? Thank you. And then we have L, which is for the, for the school main entrance upgrades. That's the little fishbowl area there. I need a motion, please. Motion, Joe, second. Kevin? Any questions on that?
Yeah, what are they repairing? Sorry.
The entryways, like the doors, like, the little fishbowl area before you get into
Oh,
the
yes,
desk.
okay.
I think on both schools, right?
The exterior doors on both sides.
All right. All in favor? Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, so we have the Fall Festival of Shakespeare to approve that for November 16th and November 19th. Motion, please. Heidi, second, Kevin. Any questions?
Yeah, I'm a good question.
Anyone know that?
For them to go to Fall Festival Shakespeare? I don't think it costs anything, I don't think.
It's about 40 this year.
40 kids are going?
Yes.
What?
But it's free?
No.
We have a contract,
Oh,
we have a
okay.
contract with the Fall Festival of Shakespeare every year, and I think each year it's been about $16,000.
Is that what it is, about 16?
Yeah.
But no individual cost to the student.
No, no cost to the students.
And I think the performance also is free, is that right?
I think it's all part of it, yeah.
Any other questions? All in favor? Thank you. Okay, so now we have the personnel. I'm just gonna read through them and we're gonna motion and vote on this whole thing, so, let's do a motion first. Motion for the personnel item. Kevin? Okay. Second, Joe. So we had a couple resignations. We have a civil service, we have cleaner, elementary teacher, 1-year term appointment, Brianna Black. We have the licensed clinical social worker. Oh. Who was in the audience? Wasn't that our new special ed person? Was that who you was in the back?
No,
I thought that was them. I thought it was Tom Leonardo. Tom Leonardo, he just was in today, doing his paperwork for special ed. Got some coaches filled in. We still have a few vacancies left. And we have the AV club and the TV news advisor, lifeguards, substitutes. The continuing education, as you can see, is scratched. Any other questions on any of that? All in favor? All right, now we're down to, do we have public forum for the second public forum? Anybody? Additional items to discuss. I don't think I had anything other than we're gonna be meeting with people for that daycare thing and hopefully get some, I mean, we've got some traction now. We really got some people that are,
And we did get a good lead also from Margaret. on that.
we did, yeah. She was really excited to talk with us, so that's really exciting. We're going to go into the conference next week. Lynette is joining us. So she got in just under the wire. She's coming with us out to Buffalo for the school board conference. So that's a good addition. I was so excited. I'm like, yes.
What's that rule about the first, new person picking up the first half? I'm gonna clarify that.
We are not doing the second executive session. We took care of everything in the first executive session, so I guess Kevin can go home and eat. Can I have a motion to adjourn? Kevin, second, Joe. That's going to be Tuesday. We moved it to Tuesday. All in favor? There was just too much to do tonight, so we were having a special meeting on Tuesday.
Is that at 6:30?
It'll be at 6:30. Yeah. Thank you, everyone, for putting up with us tonight.
Thank you. Thank you. Hey, Rick. Rick.
I have your something else, but I didn't, actually, I saw a teacher pass, her name is Mary. Pass her in the hallway.